Hey people, it's me, Calvin. Quick note today. I was just like a few odds and ends, but yesterday I was just reminded of how this manifestation thing totally works, right? Where you visualize something and you believe in it and you get to that place within yourself where you just cultivate that state of oh, I really believe in this thing. And so what happened for me yesterday, so I have this coffee shop down the street, and I'm this guy that it gets really busy in the afternoon. I went there yesterday in the afternoon, and I'm this guy, here's where the sentence I was trying to make. I'm this guy that will be like, oh fuck, there's probably no table. There's probably no place for me to sit because it gets so crowded in the afternoon. And I just want to go down there, and there was something specific I wanted to work on. And I was just, and then I remembered in that second, like, no, don't do that, right? Visualize, I come right in, and it may be crowded or not, but right as I come in, this perfect seat opens up. They have this long sofa with like 4 separate tables that you can sit at, and that's where I like to sit, in that sofa with my laptop, working on whatever I'm working on. So I was like, I'm just going to visualize that. I mean, there's not going to be a seat free just like that, but I'm visualizing that a seat opens up just as I enter the door. And lo and behold, here's what happened. I go in, there's no seat open. I put my stuff down on the opposite side of the sofa from one of the tables saying, hey, can I share a table with you? And of course, yeah, he says yes. So go up to order my food and coffee, and then I sit, don't tell anyone I had coffee because I'm not supposed to have coffee, but I did. Anyway, so I come back, and just as I'm about to sit down, the guy that was in that sofa opposite from me, he gets up to leave. And so the sofa clears up. So what then happened too was a lady had seen that as well, and she was on her way there. And I was like, oh yeah, I know, I was sitting on the opposite side of this table. And then she was like, oh, well, yeah, go ahead. But I was like, no, you can totally take the sofa. I'll just stay on this side. And like when something else opens up, I'll just sit there. And she was like, no, like you take it. Like I have some. So I know, like, I'm like, are you sure? So bottom line is that sofa just opened up. Boom, right there. And then I remember this fall in October when my kids were here. We went upstate New York and we did a bunch of hiking, and we like weren't prepared at all. We were just like, all right, let's get started. And so Flora, my daughter, got really thirsty, and she was like, oh, I wish we'd brought some water. And what do we like? And I was like, oh shit, we'd seen some other people who'd brought some water. I'm like, oh, that might be a good idea if you're going to be hiking for a couple hours. Bring some water. Hadn't thought of it, honestly. So we started talking about it, and then I was like, oh, we'd been listening to some Louise Hay in the car driving there, and then she was like, oh, so now I just need to think positive thoughts, and there'll somehow water will manifest, will happen. And freaking A if it didn't happen, right? So we walk up there, and then it turns out there's a source at the top. There's a place, where you can get fresh water. And then we had a little bit of water there. Oh, was that actually? No, I think that happened the opposite way around. So we went there, and then we went to this like panoramic overview on a cliff and stuff. And then these guys come and they sit down next to us, and then they hand us their bottle of water saying, or this like flask of like whatever metal thing that they had with their water, hand it to us and say, hey, do you guys want some water? And just like that, we didn't ask, we didn't do nothing. They just handed us that, and it was like, all right, you want some water? So yeah, we drank. They're like, no, you can drink the whole thing, you guys. We've got plenty of water. So we got water. And then after that is then we realized also that there was actually a source of water. There's a place that we could drink water up there. So just another reminder to just, your thinking really matters on this stuff, and play around with it. Play around with it in your life. Like notice when you start having those thoughts. Oh, I bet there's no parking space, or I bet she'll like reject me, or customers, or he's not going to work, or whatever. And really work to change that thought pattern and start thinking in like feel how it feels to really believe in what you want to have happen, and think those thoughts, and just play with it and see what it does. It's, you know, I know it's like manifesting 101, but I so often forget to do that. And I bet that you probably the same thing. But when we do remember, make a note of it and just, you know, keep reminding yourself to do that. Will you do that for me? Will you do that for me? I hope you will. Because I think it just makes, right? Why the hell would you go around like constantly manifesting and something that you don't want? And like, what if it doesn't work? Maybe it doesn't work at all. Maybe it never works. Maybe it was just a fluke. Maybe it was just random chance or accident. But you know what? It just feels better to be like, of course there's a seed. Of course there's a place. Of course this is going to work out. Of course they're going to say yes. Of course everything's going to work out exactly the way you were hoping for. Like, hey, you know, why not? And if it doesn't, you can always, you know, have a backup plan. It's fine, you know. All right. So a couple other fun facts. I know I've told you guys about my workout routine where I exercise at least 8 hours a week, which makes it out to 1 hour and 9 minutes per day average, which means I basically work out every single day. But these past couple of days I started, usually I would do a full work day and then work out in the afternoon. And then I'd actually kind of crash. Then I get like really exhausted from work and really exhausted from then exercising. Then I'd eat and then I'd just be toast. Then I'd just be super tired. And I was like, how do people do stuff at night? I don't understand it. So yesterday morning I woke up at 6 or actually 5 something, and I couldn't fall back to sleep. So I just got up at 6 and then I went to the gym. I was at 6:18, started, you know, did my workout, hour, 20 minutes or 25 or something like that. And then went back up, showered and ready for the day. And it just felt really nice to be, to have that done, not doing it in the afternoon. I didn't have the crash. So I was like, I'm going to try this now. So did it this morning as well. Woke up a little later, went to work out for like an hour 20 or something. This time was weights. Yesterday was PAFI. Yeah, feeling good so far. So I think that's going to be my new routine. I know it's like a classic thing of like working out in the morning. I've always been like, I don't really want to, like, I'd rather get straight to work. I'm really excited about some things and whatever, but it actually feels really good now. So I'm going to try that for a while and see how that works. So I'll keep you posted. And the third thing, which is that I just want to throw in there, really odd. So in the winter, this is New York City, it gets cold. Some days it gets really cold. We have heat, obviously, but it can still be kind of cold. And so I usually have normal socks, like cotton, whatever, and then some thick woolen socks on top. And then these Tom's shoes that I use as my like indoor loafers. That's usually what I have on my feet in the winter. And still sometimes my feet kind of get cold, but then they get like really warm, and then it's not really comfortable. It's not really great. And then when we were in Copenhagen working with Bengt, our mentor there, my wife and I, they have this like barefoot policy, or like, you know, no shoe policy. And then I was like, I brought all that stuff, and then I was like, let me try to be barefoot. Bengt is barefoot. How does that work? And it turned out I actually had less cold feet. And so when we came back home, Nomi started doing it here, and she was like, why not? So I tried it too. I was like, why not try walking bare feet? And lo and behold, I'm barefoot now. Oh shit, my left hip is so fucking stiff, I can't. Anyway, here are my feet. I'm barefoot. I've been doing it since, but I've been doing it for a couple of weeks now. And it's great. It's actually really, my feet feel less cold now than they would when I had all like 2 pairs of socks and loafers and all that shit on it. They feel less cold now, which is weird. But as my wife pointed out, we don't walk around wearing gloves all day. So they actually regulate their temperature themselves. I feel good. I don't feel cold. I don't feel like, my fear would be like, oh my God, I'm going to get a cold or something like that. I'm going to get sick from it. Not happening. So anyway, yeah, just an idea. Like if you're try it out, see what happens for you. And I guess like, if I were to try to make a bigger point of it, I'd be like, where there's those assumptions. Well, a good point is like, my feet have always had this tendency to be cold in the winter. And, then I'd put socks on, and then I'd put loafers on, and then I'd put more socks on and more stuff, and it didn't work. And so going in the complete opposite direction, boom, problem solved. And I think that's a pattern that we see in a lot of places in life, right? I mean, basically that's what I've been talking about all day. Like your thoughts go, oh, it's never going to work, blah, blah, blah. You go complete opposite direction, boom, it works. Working out in the afternoon is like, oh, sure. And they're crashing like, all right, go the opposite. Don't work out at all. No, work out in the morning. So there is something to that. It reminds me of the story of the bananas, right? The monkeys and the bananas, like that keep chasing for those, reaching for those bananas and not realizing they can just turn around and there's a door right there. They can get outside the cage and then they can just go grab as many bananas as they want. So I think there's a thing here. Also kind of the thing that we're scared of and then just like do it and it's turns out to not be scary at all. I mean, pretty much everything that we've done in our lives that were scary at first and then you do them and then they're just not scary at all. Just a good reminder that happens all the time. And yeah, scary shit is not that scary. Hey, I just realized I'm using this Restream, so I don't know if if people are chatting, I don't know, I'm seeing it if people are saying something. So let me just open that chat. Let's see. All right. Not sure how that works. We'll figure it out at some point. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. It's a pleasure as always. I'll see you guys soon when yeah. So many things actually I want to get to, but trying to keep it short. And yeah, be well, my friend. See you soon. Bye.